Hey tubes, Jonathan was wrong here. Truth on a budget. So, anyways, my buddy likes to try to mess with me about the whole flat Earth thing. Once again, he's always the one that brings it up and then gets mad when I talk about it. But anyways, he every time he sends me one of these dumb pictures trying to mock the Earth. I hate saying flat Earth because it's the Earth. Why we specifying that's flat? We know it's flat. It's the Earth. I hate saying the flat Earth. Just like I hate saying that we're truthers. What is it? You know, do we need to specify that we're telling the truth? No. Anyway, the thing I always notice is that it's a flat, completely. It's a wafer thin disc floating in space with no edge, no dome, and clouds just floating off into space. So yeah. Obviously, that looks absolutely retarded. None of us think that is what the Earth looks like, because that's dumb. We don't believe there's space, because there isn't, because there's the concept of space is dumb. Anyway, it just made me have a thought, and it's one of the stupidest, most obvious things, and I can't believe nobody's figured it out, because you could literally do this experiment in your living room with a lamp, okay? And I'm gonna explain how to do it right now, and I'm baffled that anyone still thinks that the sun and moon are millions of miles away or whatever. So here we go. If you take a friggin' drink coaster and you go up to like a lamp, all right, you know, if they appear the same size from a distance, if you pull up that coaster and then block the light, there's still gonna the room is still gonna be lit. All right, you might have a little dark circle there, but the whole room is lit. All right, when we have an eclipse, it goes perfectly dark. Where the moon, I can't. I try to use the phone because that's the only light I have right now. Okay, if this were the sun, my fist were the sun, okay, and the moon were all the way over here and this big, okay, it doesn't matter if from our perspective, if one blocks the other, because that's not actually what's happening. There'd still be a ton of residual light behind that. In fact, if the sun were you know as big as it was, there would just be a beam of light coming straight at the Earth. The moon wouldn't block anything. If anything, the moon would cast a shadow. Does the moon ever cast a shadow? No. I don't know. So there you go. The fact that people need more. Oh, you probably didn't get any audio from that because the phone was in the blankets. Great. I'm going to check to see if there's audio on that. Check the time on that. All right. 3 minutes in, check for audio. All right. I hope I don't have to do this one again. That kind of ruins my momentum because now I don't know if I'm going to have to recut it or anything. But anyway, so there you go. There's your experiment. If you think eclipses, okay, we've all seen an eclipse. We know they're real. You could immediately prove that the sun and moon are not millions of miles away through that just basic fact. I could block the, okay, here I am, blocking the light with my thumb. Hey, guess what? There's still light everywhere, okay? It doesn't matter unless it's completely blocked. That's how light works. Do you understand how light works? Do you understand how perspective works? All right, I literally, someone could probably explain it better and, you know, like it literally physically show you, but please, like, share, subscribe. I don't know how this is up for debate anymore. There is an eclipse coming, what, in the August, whatever. There you go. Yeah, there is a corona of light. Okay, someone might be, well, there's a corona of light. Yeah, the sky still gets dark. The sky wouldn't get dark if the sun were 93 million miles away. It wouldn't matter that the moon was in front of it. It'd be a little tiny dot. Get it? Do you understand perspective? You pseudoscience knuckleheads like to throw around these astronomical numbers, but you don't understand them for a second. Do you understand how big something is if it's like 3 paragraphs of numbers with like another paragraph of tiny numbers on top? Can you? No, you can't. You can't wrap your head around something that big. You see numbers and you're like, yeah, I get it. No, you don't. You don't understand what billions of light years is. You can't wrap your head around billions of light years. You understand the concept. You might understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Can you understand the length of what billions of light years would be? No, you don't. You can't. That's huge. Are you kidding me? You know, all this pseudoscience, it's nothing. It's not backed by anything. Let me explain what science is. You observe something and then you do tests. That's what science is. What pseudoscience is that you come up with a theory and then you talk about it. That's not science. Okay? Talking about stuff and theorizing about stuff, that's not science, that's philosophy. Okay? That's philosophy. Science is finite. You observe something and then you test it. If you can't observe it and you can't test it, it's philosophy. It's no longer science. All right? So everyone who thinks that for some reason the earth is round needs to actually go out and do some science that you can do yourself, such as right now with my phone and my thumb. That's, you know, go, you know, all these, oh, you could watch a boat go out of the ocean. Take a telescope, take a something, find, go ask a friend with a nice camera to, you know, go out and have a lunch date with you. If you're so adamant, don't you want to know? Don't you want to test it? Why do you think people are so, you know, like, I don't know. Once again, it just goes back to my, like, you know, do you think I'm some sort of crazy, like intensely stupid person who's just like, no, that doesn't make sense to me either, because these people haven't done any research. How can you think that you know as much as somebody when you haven't done any research? How does that work? How does that work? You've never done anything. You've never read anything. You've never looked into anything, but your opinion is equal to mine. And I've spent my whole life studying science, studying astrophysics, just these things. I was reading college level, theology books when I was a freaking kid. I was I was really into like Egyptian, mythology when I was 6. Okay, when I was 6 years old, I was reading about this stuff. Okay, I've been reading about it for a long time. This stuff has been interesting to me for a long time. I used to write into scientific magazines with theories. Okay. I've read the stuff you've read, and so much more, okay? I've had the same education you've had, and so much more. Have you tested any of it? No, you haven't, all right? I want all you friggin' round tards, all you ball earthers, okay? It's no longer the flat earth, it's the earth and the fake ball earth, okay? We're not truthers, we're human beings and they're liars. It's not a flat earth, it's the earth and they're liars, okay? We shouldn't subcategorize our, what is reality. There shouldn't be a subcategory for reality, okay? It's not the flat earth versus the ball earth. It's the earth versus the liars. Anyway, like I said, if you can watch an eclipse and know what an eclipse is, and think that the sun is millions of miles away and the moon just coming up completely blocks it out and then makes the sky dark, literally take a drink coaster, go take a lamp, get to where they're the same size, turn on the lamp, Hey, guess what? The room's lit, and you got a little spot in front of your face that's dark. Hey, that's science, because you're observing something and you're testing it. All right, and it proves perspective. It's all perspective, and they try to say, oh, it's like 200 times smaller, but it's like 200 times. The sun's 200 times further away. Exactly. So it's been billions and billions of years. Everything's spinning all over the place, but everything's held in. I don't know. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, gravity is a weak force. Oh yeah, a weak force is holding down so much water that you can't even wrap your head around how much it weighs. But it's holding that down with a weak force and not murdering all of us. The moon is held perfectly in place, never rotates, but we move around freely and spaceships are allowed to travel. All right? Is a spaceship heavier than the moon? Are you heavier and denser than the ocean? Oh, I don't know. I don't get it. It's so dumb. I mean, I get it in the way that you've been lied to like your whole life, but at some point you gotta rub your eyes and wake up, I don't know. I just thought about that. I was like, that's so dumb. How does anyone, you can prove it right now. Look, the room's still lit. No matter how far away I move it until I cover it. That's how you, I don't know. If you could find someone saying this better, do so. If you can cut it away that it's less rambling, do so. But this is the best point I think I've had. This is indisputable. You can do this, and people aren't gonna might not take a telescope. Probably no one's gonna take a telescope down to the ocean because you're a bunch of lazy. You'd rather sit there and do the hip. You'd rather look at your phone. Keep your phone near your genitals to just just fry them. Make sure you have no kids and you've ovarian cancer. You know how many people get I think all this nut and cervical cancers from people keeping their phones in their pockets or doing this with their phones all the time. I don't know. I'm annoyed. I'm having kind of an annoying day. I got woken out of a deep sleep and I've no resources and it's hot and I have nothing to do and I'm just effing sitting here. Almost dropped an F-bomb. That would have ruined the whole video. Anyway, get this out. Tell your friends if people really don't understand anything to this extent, this is something you can do in your house. This is something you can do with your phone. Light. No light. How can an eclipse work if they're millions of miles away? Anybody? Okay. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood later. Like, share, subscribe. Sorta. I don't know if this is a great one. The point's good. The video ain't great, but I think the point is strong, which is any of my subscribers, you kind of get that's kind of how things go around here. I'll make one really good point in my 10-minute videos. Anyway, yeah. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. We have a few months and there's an eclipse. And I don't know. It's so obvious. It just struck me. I was like, whoa, so obvious. Anyways, have a beautiful day and God bless.